The Story of Chicco and the Cure for the Plague. Far, far from here, not so long ago, on the shores of a great sea, was a nice little fishing village, where I, Chicco, was born and raised, with my father Mario, the fisherman brave, my mother Nacha, so pretty and kind, and Chiquita, my little sister, a one-of-a-kind. Each morning I went off to school, toting my student school bag. In the evenings, I'd run with a pail to the shining sands and the waving sea. There, my dad Mario in his boat filled with fish would be, and then he'd come into shore when he was fishing no more, and I would help him to haul the fishing nets onto the shore, and we'd fill the bucket with big fish galore. One day, when I came home from school, I looked and saw there in our yard an eagle. I approached it slowly and careful as could be, when all of a sudden the eagle spoke to me. "Don't come near me, young boy." "But why?" I whispered. "I feel really badly. I think I may have got a terrible, terrible disease. I don't want you, heaven forbid, to catch it too." "What? But you're sick, and I want to help," I cried. "If you want to help me, put a cloth on your nose and your mouth, and please bring me some water and something to eat." I went inside. I got a handkerchief from Nacha, my mother, covered my nose and my mouth like a mask. I opened the fridge, took out some meat and a piece of cake, as well as a jug of water. I approached the eagle, careful as I could. It was starving, and out of my hand it quickly snatched the food. Afterwards, I lifted the eagle onto a wheelbarrow that stood to the side, and put him in our storage shed. I put him inside. On my way back home, I heard the eagle call, "Remember, wash your hands with soap and water. It's most important of all." That evening, when Father Mario came home, he strode directly to the storage shed, tripped on the eagle and almost fell on his head. He went closer and saw the eagle was asleep. He covered it with a blanket and left without a peep, and went inside to see the family. Later, when everyone was in bed, he kissed us all good night, and as he usually did, after a day of work, he went down to the village pub to see friends, to eat and drink, and to joke around. But next morning, I saw that everyone had woken up sick, except for me, Chicco. I didn't get sick because I kept the mask on. In a flash, I ran to fetch the doctor. On the way, I saw the whole village was sick, and I realized the eagle had brought us the plague. I ran to the eagle, who was still in the shed. "Eagle, eagle, the village is sick because of you. What can we do? How did you catch the disease?" The eagle, who could hardly say a word, whispered in my ear, "Several days ago, I caught a bat to feed my chicks, and next morning the chicks all woke up sick." Having no choice, I set out to find a cure for the chicks, and on the way, I met Kika the monkey. She told me that across the lake at the edge of the forest in a cave sat an old man with a cure for the plague that had spread in the forest, and he had succeeded in saving most of the animals there. On my way to see him, the plague struck me hard, so I lost my way and fell into your yard. "If that's how it is," said Chicco, "I'll fetch the medicine myself." "No, please don't go now," said the eagle to me, "because tonight it's going to storm, you see. It's better if you get a good night's sleep and set off tomorrow in the early morn." When I went to bed that night, I heard a soft tapping at the window. I came nearer, and there was a big butterfly, a butterfly with big dots on its wings. I opened the window wide, and the butterfly flew to the lamp inside. He spread his wings wide to warm himself up, and right away the room was filled with amazing colors. And I stood there dazzled by the beauty. What a surprise! The butterfly began to speak.
You saved me from the cold and storm, and it will help you in any way you need.
Oh yes, please help me find the man in the cave, for he has a cure for the plague. Right away, I grabbed my backpack, hopped on my bicycle, and we set off on the road. And then, when the butterfly flew to my left ear, I turned left, no questions asked. And when he came to my right, I turned that way, quick as a wink. All night long, that's how we rode, until we reached the end of the trail. And there before us stood a high, rocky mountain. The butterfly said,
"Climb, Chicco, climb!"
But the climb was hard. There was almost no hope. Luckily, I had some sturdy rope. I passed one end to my butterfly friend, and he flew away way up high to the mountaintop. There he tied the rope to a big boulder, and I continued up the steep slope. When we reached the mountaintop, we kept going and going until we reached the river.
Sail on the river, Chicco, sail!
Easy to say, but not easy to do. I gathered some logs and got to work. I tied them together, and I built a raft to float. And then together, the butterfly and me floated down the length of the river until we reached the lake at last. Hey, there's a boat on the shore. Now I knew, I was sure, we would be able to cross the lake. I paddled and paddled as hard as I could, until my arms felt like wood. And then the butterfly spread his wings wide. The wind blew into them just like a sail, and the boat sailed swiftly and safely. In the meantime, I could take a little rest. When we got to the shore, I jumped off the boat. We searched all around, and we found the cave. And there inside, right by the fire, sat the old man, who was very surprised. "Hey, boy, butterfly, where'd you come from and why? You lose your way in the forest?" No, we came from afar, from the village." "Why, what happened?" "The whole village is sick with the plague, and only you have the miracle cure."
That's true, but I only have a little bit left. And I'm too old and tired to make enough to cure all the people in your village."
"We will help you do it."
"Wonderful, that's great.
So let's get to work." So together with the old man, we began preparing the cure. That's it. Now you have enough to cure the whole village. Go on home. But don't forget, you have to tell everyone they must still wear the masks. Because that's the best chance to stay healthy for sure. Thank you, my good man. And we set out for the village, when suddenly the butterfly flew away. "Hey, butterfly, where are you going? How will I get home without you?" Very strange, this tube, but how would it help me get back home? Hey, there's a little butterfly coming out of it. And another butterfly. Another butterfly. And another. And more. And more. And more. Lots and lots of little butterflies all in a row. They can show me the way home. In the distance, I could see our little house, and above it I saw a rainbow in the sky. At home, My mother Nacha was waiting, and she was still sick. And Chiquita, my merry little sister, was there too. And all the villagers stood with their masks in perfect order, waiting for their medicine, standing 2 meters apart. And I, Chicco, together with my father, who had recovered from the plague, we gave the medicine to all the people in the village. And we did not forget the eagle that was sick. We gave him the medicine too, and to his chicks. And when everybody was over the terrible plague, they had a big celebration with lots of food, lots of drink, and song, and dance. Hooray!